Eboni K. Williams is back in the news, might I add. And somebody, I guess people really want to hear what she's saying. But specifically, what she was talking about is that becoming a single mother by choice is now an option for black women. I have not seen the video yet. I'm not really sure that I'm looking forward to the video, but we going to continue. Make sure y'all hit a like for the YouTube algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. This is Eboni K. Williams, ladies and gentlemen.
Black women are availing ourselves to all of the options that our hard work and circumstances currently afford us. And that means that single motherhood by choice is going to be an option that more and more black women consider and even exercise.
So let me ask you a question before we deep dive into this. If you are a single mother by choice, who do you choose to have kids with? Because then that would mean that you're intentionally looking to be with somebody that's not actually a representation of what we want within our community. Now, we all know, statistically speaking, that you have a much greater chance of falling the fuck off, a much greater chance of going to jail, a much greater chance of being in a gang, a much greater chance of having to need a therapist when you grow up, a much greater chance of trauma bonded with somebody when you are raised in a household by a single mother by herself. This is not my opinion. This is a fact. Okay? Why would anybody advocate for somebody to be a single mother by choice? Let me ask y'all a question. For all of my ladies in the chat, whether you a single mother or whether you just a mother or whether you a chilling girl that want to have kids one day, or you a person that is what we call a solitary. You just by yourself, right? Let me ask y'all a question in the chat, ladies. All of my ladies that's watching this show, we got over 2,400 people watching this live, okay? Y'all are not hitting a like for the YouTube algorithm as you're supposed to, but it's okay. Make sure you tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. And make sure you go and buy that Teach Hanley 30% off your first order plus a free gift for your man. For every lady in the chat, let me ask you a question. How many of you guys want to be a single mother by choice? Let's just remove the by choice part from it because that has no relevance to this part of the question. How many women that's in the chat right now, when it's over 1,000 of y'all in here, how many women in the chat right now wants to be a single mother? You know how incredibly expensive it is? Do you know how incredibly expensive it is to be a single mother, to be a parent in general? Yo, my daughter, raising a daughter, and I only got one and then I went and got a vasectomy right after. My daughter is incredibly expensive and she ain't even got to college yet. But one of my goals as a parent, as a father, was to make sure that they had every single thing that she needed in order to be successful long term. And that's why I only wanted to have one daughter, because I didn't want to split resources. It's difficult. Y'all got to deal with childcare expenses. You have to subject yourself to schools that you don't even want to send your kids to, that is indoctrinating them with literature and mindsets that you don't even want your kids to have. You're mad at your baby daddy. You want to put them on child support. Who wants to go through that on their own? Who wants their children to be raised by a nanny because you have to go to work every day? Why would any woman, most of the things that I hear from women is, I want a man because I don't want to have to work. I want to be able to be a homemaker, take care of my kids and be there for my kids and so on. Who in the right mind wants to be a single mother by choice? Meaning that you opened up your legs to somebody that you don't even want to have the kid by, but you want the kid, and so you want to raise the kid by yourself because you don't want them to actually be a participating father in their life. This is the dumbest take. This is what we call clout chasing, y'all. This is what we call somebody that is so desperate for attention that they're willing to say anything and say it with a straight face in order to try to get some kind of visibility or stir up some shit, and it's not even relevant to what somebody... She's not even speaking to what she thinks is her core audience and single mothers. She just talking. Who wants to have a kid and raise them by themselves? Not a man or a woman in the world is looking to do that. That is so dumb.
So anybody that's in their feelings about that can go ahead and start to process right now. Because black women that have the privilege to embark upon this expensive and oftentimes lengthy process will increasingly decide to forego marriages and partnerships that do not serve us and that are not in our best interests. And now that bypassing those insufficient relationships does not have to come at the expense of motherhood, well, frankly, it's a whole new world. A world in which black women are no longer subject to the desperation of being chose, because now we get to do the choosing. And as we choose, we do have to contend with the reality of a dismally small supply of black sperm. Because most black women on this journey, we want to create children that look like us and that look like our families, and that means we want black sperm. And as we heard from Reese Brooks, it's the definition of slim pickings, and sometimes that means compromising on this aspect of your journey. Now, I am extremely fortunate that I was able to secure 2 vials of black sperm from California Cryobank when I embarked on this part of my journey last fall. But I do know that I am an outlier. So I've got 2 concrete tips for single black women who think this may be an option, either now or maybe later.
Are y'all seriously taking this? Are y'all listening to this chick in real life? Honestly. Like, are y'all taking this serious? Are you serious? Are you taking it serious in that, first of all, you believe that she doesn't actually want a man next to her every single day and adding value into her life and ensuring that she's dope? More importantly, it's the rebelliousness. It's the attitude. It's the disposition. It's the perspective that comes along with it. It's that the pursing of the lips, but she is no Miranda from The Devil Wears Prada. She is no Miranda Priestley. It's the thinking that you're so valuable and the thinking that you can say whatever it is that you want to say and that people are supposed to value this dumbass opinion and perspective. They not laughing with her. They not supporting her. They laughing at her. I don't even know women that would support this type of narrative. See, it's one thing for women to get mad at men and they say, well, I don't like it, or he left me, or he cheated on me, or I'm pissed at black man, or whatever like that. Listen, I get it. You still misaligned. You still not looking at it in its entirety from the context in which you're supposed to look at it. But I get it. I get it because that's what a lot of women do, and that because they're not fully educated on what it is that the role that they played in the demise of their own relationships and who it is that they chose to procreate with, then we got to hold them accountable. But I get it because they not saying that I don't really actually want the man in my life to help me raise the kid that I had by him. It's just that they chose wrong and they chose to roll with a dude that didn't add value into their life. And so they need to be held accountable for their actions too. But it's a different conversation when you got a woman that's sitting here advocating to be single by choice. So you're going to go to a sperm bank and then be able to be inserted and walk around pregnant and have to raise a kid by yourself. And we think that all of these people deserve a microphone. We think that these are the people that add value into our life. These are the thought leaders in our community. These are the women that's so rebellious, got a bad attitude, and is moving the way that they moving. These are the women that your thought leaders, the Umar Johnsons, the Boyce Watkins, and all of these guys are telling you that we need to protect, support, and advocate for, because they deserve a voice and a seat at the table too. They are the ones that are determining who's in your legislative branches. They are the ones that's determining who's the president of the United States. They're the ones that's determining how it is that our laws and our policies are being crafted, because people are going to continue to pander to women. You know why? Only because of what it is that they got between their legs, not because of the value that they add into our lives. Let me tell you something. The most valuable women, they not even on a platform. They don't even have a microphone in front of them. They not even having a conversation. You know why? Because they too busy pouring into the men that's building the infrastructure, that's adding value into their life, and then they're the beneficiaries of that greatness. This is disgusting. But we're going to suffer through it.
Number one, please check out Reproductive Village. It's a new black-owned cryobank, and it's designed to help with this shortage of black sperm. It's set to open its doors in D.C. later this year, and it will also have drop-off locations in Atlanta and Houston, Texas.
Somebody said, Anton, you're going to make me cry. This is so sad. No, Eboni is going to make you cry. Eboni, Umar, and Carly Russell and their parents are going to be the ones that make you cry. When I said that the culture is absolutely trash, I wasn't just talking about rap music. I wasn't just talking about single baby mamas. I was talking about the mindset that then translate into what it is that we do and embrace on a regular basis. That's why I added the context and I said the things that we advocate for the most and the things that we embrace the most is why it's trash. It's why it's trash.
And number two, be proactive.
Hey, shout out to all of the guys that's over there jacking off and giving this hoe some sperm so that she can have a kid. Hey, shout out to the dudes that went and got that 50 ball, that 20 ball, that 50 ball, that 100 ball in order to be able to ejaculate into a can or into a cup so that this hoe can be able to get pregnant and to be able to carry a kid. Now, we know you only did it so you can go and get that next hit, go and get that fentanyl. However, she's making sure that she can continue her lineage because she feels that women should be single by choice. Shout out to everybody that had a nasty magazine inside of the sperm bank and they needed an extra $50 and they couldn't give no more blood. So they went over there and they went and jerked off inside of a cup so that they can make sure that this hoe can continue her lineage. Fucking dumbass, bro.
I say go ahead and
reading
start
super
looking
chat
right
shortly
now for desirable black sperm. You register with all four of the big cryobanks, and this includes California Cryobank, which I used, Seattle Sperm Bank, Fairfax Cryobank, and Zytex.
Let me tell you what's really happening here. She's going to probably pop up pregnant. I just seen the play. Listen. This is the play. I just figured it out. See, I'm a C student. It take me a little bit of time, but I just figured it out. Walk down this road with me, ladies and gentlemen. Let me tell you the play. She's going to pop up pregnant and she want a kid. But she don't want y'all questioning where's the man in her life and how come she's not married. Why? Because of the previous conversations of her going viral with Ayanna Van Zandt about her not willing to date a bus driver. So the question is going to pop up. The question is going to come. At some point, somebody's going to see her walking around with a baby, or they're going to see her walking around pregnant, and they're going to ask her, or they're going to question it, or they're going to bring her to the front of the congregation because they're going to want to know, why is it that you're walking around unmarried and you having children out of wedlock? So she's getting ahead of it. Come on, y'all. She's getting ahead of it. Listen, I know y'all think y'all smart. I know y'all think that y'all crafty. Y'all just as smart as Carly Russell. You just not doing nothing illegal as a result of it. You're not going to finesse me into thinking that I can see a mile away of how these people is moving. I can see a mile of way why these people are doing what they're doing. And so they're doing the Eminem. They doing the Eminem. Mom spaghetti, needs weak, arms are heavy. He vomit on his sweater already. Mom spaghetti, he's nervous, but on the surface he's calm and ready to drop bombs. But he keeps on forgetting what he wrote down. The whole crowd goes so loud he opens his mouth, but his words won't come out. Time's up, over, blow, smack back to reality. Oh, there goes Rabbity. Oh, she's trying to get ahead of it. She's trying to get ahead of it, fam. I'm not even sure, honestly, that I believe that she actually went to a cryobank. I don't even think that I believe it at all.
Then you can scan the current options for black sperm. And if you see some sperm that you like, I suggest go ahead and buying at least 2 vials right now. Even if you do not intend to use...
If you see some sperm that you like, is this what we have in a conversation? Is this what we doing in 2023? Is this why we made sure that we had women's rights and feminism so that you guys can be able to make the decisions that you want to make?
Use them anytime soon. Trust me, it's better to have them than to be without them when the time comes. And listen, if you never need them for whatever reason, what a wonderful gift to give to a friend or a sorority sister in need. And also, most of those banks, they allow you to resell the sperm back to the bank itself. Listen, I know that many are going to question or even indict the decision that I and many other black women are making to become single mothers by choice. But I, like the women you heard from today, go by the creed of no regrets. I have, and many black women have, too much love, too many resources, and too rich of a community not to share these gifts with children of our own.
I'm not entertaining this bullshit.